Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to the Pajama Party. One host, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
All the swag, darling.
All right.
Woo, Friday night.
How about that?
Woo. What a week. What a week. What a day. Oh, my goodness.
What's going on?
Oh, everything. What's going on with y'all?
Sheep's in the meadows, cows in the corn, fork hanging out with the spoon. What can I say?
Okay. Touche. Yeah, such as it is. Okay. All right. Oh, man. Everybody cool?
Yeah.
Everybody copacetic. Yep, thank you.
I'm cool.
All right.
I'm cool.
All right. Well, Poppa DD, you going to kick us off with our topic for the... Kick it all off. What are we discussing tonight?
Kick it off topic.
Go in.
Okay.
We're going in tonight.
Let's see. A lot of stuff was crossing my mind today, but the thing that kept me hopping about topics is that if you're a person of a certain age, okay, and a certain age means my feet hurt, my back hurt, I hurt when I get out of bed, I hurt when I get in bed, so what the hell is the bed for? Is the bed really helping? Should I lay down or just stand the hell up? But what I'm saying, if you're a person of a certain age where you have been a lot, seen a lot, did a lot, do you feel that people that are, let's say, 20 years younger than you, let's say 25 years younger than you, do they feel like they just don't understand what it means to crawl before you walk? Do you think that Do you think that the fact that they got champagne taste but beer pockets, do you think that don't bother them and they're trying to get everything that maybe you got or older people or more established people have, and they don't want to, just kind of stay where they need to stay right now as far as residence or what they have or achieving or what have you. You know what I mean? Does that make sense, what I said? What I'm saying is that, do you think young people nowadays want to live the Oprah Winfrey life when they need to be living I'm 22, I'm 25, I'm 30, and I need to really do some more humble kind of stuff or some more, smaller scale stuff until I reach my, golden age of 50, 55, 60?
Let's go to Ketel first.
Oh, she's shifting it.
Yeah, I'm going to go to Ketel first this time. It's on the fence. Ketel's always on the fence, so let's go to Ketel.
What do you think about that?
I don't know. Might hop off the fence now. You mentioned my girlfriend, Oprah, so. So you want to say, should people of a certain age stay in their lane, or should they?
Oh, no. I'm not talking about lanes. Stand there. Stay where you are as far as your time is concerned. I won't even say age, but your time. Where you are in life, because you can't see the big picture if you ain't drawing the big picture, because you can only afford a certain canvas if you're an artist. You know what I mean?
I got
so,
it. But,
and I'm not saying stay there. I mean, if you are where you are, but know where you are. Do you think do you think they don't know where they are and they're reaching for too much, and when they don't achieve, they're kind of pissed off at what and who? You know what I'm saying? I don't get too much of it away, but yeah, okay.
I think this day and age right now, things are a little different. People want to be more aggressive or they want to be out there more. Look at people that's on TikTok, Instagram, things of that nature. They're out there. They want to be more than what they really are. They might have a pot to piss in, but they want to be noticed or like you said, more than what they are at that particular time or in their point in their life.
Well, I mean more of their living arrangement of where they are, of like being where they are. Like, but this isn't taking anything away from. I'm not telling anybody to live in a trailer park that wants to live in an apartment complex. But just know that you're living where your means are carrying you. Maybe that's what I mean more. Is are you in your means area, or they've looked at too much Oprah and think they need to be a billionaire tomorrow? You know what I'm saying?
Of course, okay. Yeah, that's what people want. I mean, and that's why I say about the TikTok, Instagram, those things have influenced them as far as where they are, where they want to be, or where they're trying to get to. They may not be there yet, but I think those things are factors in people's lives now. Because you see all this stuff on TikTok, you see all this stuff on Instagram, the way people carry themselves, the way they dress, and they want that. So, so that's just my opinion. So.
Okay.
All right,
that's your opinion. All right, let's go to the phone lines and pick up another opinion. Let's see. Hello, caller. Welcome to the Pajama Party Show. Go ahead with your opinion.
Well, hello. This is Poppa DD Jr. I've been away for a while, but I'm back.
Hey.
Okay, and we appreciate that.
Yes. So I just wanted to kind of actually piggyback on what Ketel said, and I want to say this, and I don't want it to be taken the wrong way, but and I'm going to group myself into this. As mature adults from the 60s and 50s, we have to continue to evolve with the world, which is continuously evolving, and technology and all of that. So the youth today is way more advanced than we were when we were coming up. So some of us are not continually to evolve with things that are evolving. So we look at things from the past, the old way. And the new way is really what it is. So when you see these youth or young people living this, fabulous life or whatever and doing all this, that's just how things have evolved now. It's not like the old way where you had your parents to say you take this step, you do this, and you do that. No, they jump right into it. And it's just how things have become more accessible. So that's my
okay. Okay. No, I can see that. But I'm sorry, were you finished your point? I didn't want to cut you off.
I'm finished. I'm sorry, I'm finished.
Okay. But I do think there is something to be said for the statement of what Poppa DD started with, crawl before you walk. I think sometimes when people see things and they think, I want that, I should have that. If somebody else has it, then I should have it too. And I think sometimes it's not about, for me, my opinion, it's not about the having, it's about the way in which you obtain it. Especially when I see things on social media. There are so many people on social media telling people how to get rich quick. There's so many schemes and stuff that's out here saying, people showing you the checks that they just deposited and how they made, $20,000 in a week and all this stuff. And people are getting so easily lured into a bunch of bull crap. And some of this stuff may be working for somebody out there, but it ain't working for everybody out there. And folk are getting caught up because they're looking at the end game like, I want to live the glamorous life, so I'm willing to take the little bit that I have and put it into some kind of thing that somebody's telling me that's going to bring me all this quick money. so I can just zoom to the top quick because they don't want to wait. And I'm not saying that they got to follow the steps that our parents and our grandparents followed, but there is still a process to things. Even if there are shortcuts have a process. And you got to follow some kind of process to get there. Short of hitting the lottery, there's a process to go from 0 to 100, whether you count by 5s, by 10s, or something. But you got to have some kind of process. So I'm just saying that sometimes they don't want to do any of that. They just want to go 0 to 100, pay me now, I'm rich, I'm on top of the world, everybody else can kiss it.
Well, can I say this, Redwine? I hear everything you're saying, and you're absolutely correct. But the one thing that I feel that has made that an issue is the era of when the babies started having babies. So when that generation created, that left all of what you were saying, that went away. Because it was no more of the way we were raised and how we were taught how to do step A to B to C. When these babies started having babies, all of that thought process was gone out the door. So that's why I feel like we are where we are, now. And I can understand Poppa DD's point of view. But I just think it just comes from the generation that is here today. And most of it is from babies having babies. And a lot of these babies were raised by grandparents that were young, too.
Okay.
So that's just...
We all have a lot of different views.
Yeah, that's what the Pajama Party is all about, baby.
That's right. It's PJs only.
No doubt. And you tell a friend to bring a friend. Because that's what we do. Okay, well...
okay, Poppa DD, mute me because I'm done for right now.
All right, Poppa DD Jr., thank you so much. All right, Ketel.
Well...
Oh, I'm sorry. You had one more to add. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well. Okay. Well, let me wrap it up with my 2 cents.
Okay.
And not that my 2 cents is worth any more 2 cents than anybody, because it's all a copper penny at the end of the day. But my theory on all of this is that I personally don't think that technology or anything has anything to do with anything. I think that personally that we, or me, myself, let me speak on me. I can't really be concerned about anything else. At my age now, the one thing I appreciate in my life right now is I'm able to look back and see the things I've done, not only sacrifices I made, but some of the places I've lived in my life in lieu to how I'm living today. Because I know that I lived on the third floor of somebody's house when I first came out of the military. And I know from there I went to lived in another house where I was on the first floor of what the house was made into an apartment. Then I went to a 1-bedroom apartment. Then I went to a 2-bedroom apartment. And then a friend of mine turned me on to a nice apartment. And this is all in the span of like a 15-year period. And then after that, I bought my house after that. But I look back on when I moved fresh out the Navy and lived on that third floor in that room fresh out the military at 24 years old. And I see the progress that I've made since then. And it let me know that not only was I a child of God doing what I needed to do, but I didn't have roommates. And I did all myself. I lived the golden life of God bless a child that has his own. And when I look at young people today, everybody wants a roommate because they want to take they want to take a $1,500 or $2,000 rent, and they want to split up 4 ways. But now you got 4 people in that damn place, and you're splitting that rent $500 a piece, but you're going in a shower after somebody that never really cleaned their shower or didn't know how to clean a shower, that don't wash dishes. And I never wanted to deal with that because my mother and father taught me better. So I'm saying in a nutshell and get off my soapbox, is saying that I think that the process, and I love Redwine used the golden word. This life is a process, and it's a decision-making life. When somebody knocks on your door selling you bullshit, you need to know the bullshit knock as opposed to the good knock. And the decisions you make in your life is going to reflect on the rest of your life, whether it be job decisions or friend decisions. Believe me, 20 years from now, who you said no to, or who you told to kiss your ass or go pound sand because I'm going to the right and you going to the left, it's going to reflect on you when you get older. And I'm saying that as an older person. But all I'm saying is that the process should still exist. And I appreciate Redwine using that word because I couldn't put a better word to what I'm saying on my story. It was all about the process and what I could afford at the time, because I said, hey, I'm 25, 28, I'm 32, I'm 35, you know? I didn't look at Oprah and say, oh, I need to be like her, so fuck it, I'm going to go for this good get-rich-quick thing and blah, 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 blah. Because when you shoot yourself in the foot, now you fell back beyond that one-bedroom joint. Now you live in your car because you fucked up and did some stupid shit and signed off on some dumb shit. But, you know, I'm going to leave that alone, and that was just my opinion on that whole thing. Anyway.
All right.
We're on the Pajama Party. Ketel, you want to get a rundown on what we got going on tonight?
Sure. Whew.
You guys ready?
Okay. Yes. All right. Let's go for it. What we got on the rundown tonight, Kel?
All right. Hot topic tonight is House Democrats move to censor GOP Republican Paul Gosar. Also, I don't even want to say his name, ex-Trump advisor Steve Bannon charged with contempt of Congress. And also, ex-Raiders coach John Gruden sues NFL and the commissioner. Roger Goodell. Yes. Also,
your boy.
He went
with the headlines. Defense attorney in Aubrey trial wants out court. Wow. Also, NFL teams outrage over Aaron Rodgers and Packers punishment. And researchers confirm Cardi B's claim that a hoe never gets cold. What? All right. Cocktail of the week. I got a surprise for you tonight. We're gonna go to the islands with some rum. What's poppin' with Poppa DD? We're gonna lighten it up with our weird news. A British chauffeur service offers rides in tank taxi. Also, brothel is offering free sex to people who get vaccinated. And also, man catches 49 apples and teeth in 1 minute. Okay. I'm just saying with Redwine, only in America, living for the city with Poppa DD. My Hollywood wrap-up, the kiss the list, and the last word. So sit back, relax, get your favorite cocktail, and we'll be back with the hot topic.
Bonsoir, bonsoir. This is Redwine, or as they say in Paris, Je suis ben rouge. Join me every Friday right here on A Pajama Party, where I'll get on my rant, sit on my little bar stool, and give you my opinion on whatever has been bugging me or whatever's on my mind this week. You don't want to miss it. I know I won't. So be here with me every Friday, Redwine, on the Pajama Party Show. Visit us on www.apajamaparty.com and check us out. We'll see you there.
All right, welcome back to the Pajama Party. One of you hosts, Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. All right, it's time for the hot topics, and I'm going to kick it off with these House Democrats. You know, it's always something going on up there that's crazy, but this one is about a group of House Democrats today introduced a resolution to censure GOP Representative Crazy Man Paul Gosar for posting a cartoon video that depicted him killing Representative Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, also known as what is the acronym they use for her? AOC, that's it, AOC. Also known as AOC. Now, she's a Democrat from New York. He posted a video from some anime cartoon, and put her head on it and Biden's head, and the thing was crazy.
Mm.
So, and it also included that the thing was swinging swords at the president, at the current president, Joe Biden.
Yeah.
So the motion was introduced by Representative Jackie Speier from California, who's a Democrat, and she's also co-chair of the Women's Caucus, and 9 other lawmakers, and they said that these type of violent images increase threats against elected officials, especially in the wake of the deadly January 6th Capitol riot that happened under your boy 45. So censure is the second harshest form of punishment in the House, short of expulsion, and it requires a simple majority on the floor in order to pass. So historically, 23 lawmakers have been censured by the House going back to 1832. So the way it works is it would require Gosar, who's an Arizona Republican, to stand in the center of the House chamber as the resolution condemning his conduct is read aloud. So I'm like, okay, you stand there and they tell you out loud what you did that was a problem. I'm like, what is the point of that? If you're going to do something to discipline him, why don't y'all just kick him out? To me, to say censure is the way that they would go about disciplining him, to me, that's a waste of time. But anyway, so the edited video, as I said, showed this is from an animated Japanese series called Attack on Titan. And as I said, he put his face on the main character that had 2 swords in his hand that was attacking the other character that had OAC's face and Biden's face, and he's attacking them, like killing them on this video.
Mm-hmm.
And part of it also, there were other, I don't know if they were people or what, but other, I'll just say entities or beings that were in this video that he claims were representing Mexican immigrants. So he got a problem with that too. And his explanation for all of this was that he says, I do not espouse violence or harm toward any member of Congress or Mr. Biden, and that this all just symbolizes the battle for the soul of America. And he claims it represents the fight over immigration and that this was all just symbolic. I'm like, yeah, really? You make a video of you trying to kill representatives and you say, oh, this was symbolic of the fight over the soul of America? There's something wrong with him. He needs to go. In my opinion, censoring is not the move. Expulsion is what needs to happen. So AOC, of course, is saying that she doesn't believe he's going to face any real consequences because he's part of the GOP, the good old boys club. She thinks they're just going to basically slap him on the wrist and look the other way, which is typically what they do.
So, but why is she patronizing it like that?
She's not patronizing him. She's saying that she doesn't believe that anything is going to really happen to him, although it should.
Well, when you downplay a situation, this is what patronizing is all about.
Well, I don't see it as patronizing. She's just saying that, we're doing all this, we're putting this motion forward, but, she's not expecting any real, well, put it this way. It's just like the same way that black people expect justice, and what do we get?
All right, let me give you one example of a situation like this. And this girl was in a council culture situation in a minute. What about the comedian, what was the woman's name that did that to Trump, that cut his head off?
Oh, Kathy Griffin.
Kathy Griffin. Where's she at now?
She's still around.
She's out, but she's out of the fucking picture. Because Donald Trump and his cronies, they made sure her ass was canceled from the whole move. They talked about her like a dog and put her in the gutter. Mm-hmm. And now she, in fact, unfortunately, she developed a type of a cancer. So she's battling cancer at this time. But she was just thrown to the wolves for that same situation.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, why isn't it what's good for the goose is good for the damn gander?
It should be.
Well, it needs. It's not should be. It's the same way Ortiz is talking. Is that her name? Last name Ortiz?
Yeah. But
right.
what all she's saying is that She hopes that they do the right thing,
well,
but she's saying, I'm not holding my breath.
See, that's our problem, is that we always speak with a passion based on, like I've said on many a show prior to this, is that we, as our parents and grandparents, they raised us so well and with such etiquette that we're so fucking nice that we know no better but to be nice and be forgiven and all that jazz. But
I think she's basing that, at least for now, on the fact that the House leader, Kevin McCarthy, has not said a word about any of this.
Well, Kevin McCarthy don't give a shit either. I mean,
but I'm saying he's the leader of the House. Why don't you step up, speak up?
But McCarthy's a Republican himself.
Right.
So how's he?
And this is his person.
But how's he gonna step on his own people's feet?
You don't think he should say something?
I'm saying he's not going to say something because he's kissing Trump's ass.
Well, there's the problem. We got a circular problem.
But wait a minute.
If everybody is bending over to kiss the butt in front of them, then we're all going to just be
but I don't know why you said McCarthy. You expect
because he's
McCarthy.
The head of the House.
But he ain't done shit in 8 years to rectify nothing. What the hell make you think he's going to do anything?
The problem.
Exactly. So why would you think he's going to come and rescue anything when he ain't done shit to get
All
off?
I'm saying is that he hasn't even said anything.
He ain't pulled Donald Trump's dick out of his own ass to do anything.
But don't you think
so
that
what
in
the hell
his
makes you think he's going to do anything about this young lady when he's kissing Trump's ass?
As the leader of the House,
oh, please.
Don't you think he should at least say, well, we're looking into it? Even if you're not, at least make the statement and say, well, we're going to look into
Republicans
it. We're
are
going to talk
speak
to him.
Against other Republicans.
It's not against. If you just say, we're going to look at it, we're going to deal with it, say something.
Right, let's move on because
he's sitting there completely silent.
You're waiting for the wrong joker to speak up. Anyway.
I'm not waiting on Jack.
McCarthy ain't
I'm
gonna say
just
Jack
saying
about
that
his own people.
in his position, he should at least step up and say, well, I'll talk to him, or we're looking at it, or something.
Give me a break.
But to sit back and fold your arms and just go, oh, well.
We're going to move on from this story because this shit's a wash.
That's his job.
It's been his job.
Exactly, and he ain't been doing jack.
Right, so why do you expect him to do anything now? That's rhetorical. Anyway, let's move on because this whole politician thing. Ketel, you out there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
It still pisses me off because these people get paid big money to do nothing.
This shit blowing my high. It really is. Blowing my high like a
It's just what it is, Redwine, sometimes. But I think the issue with Kathy, what's her name? The comedian Kathy Griffin.
Yes, of course.
I think the difference is because I'm not justifying anything, but the difference is she attacked the president while he was being president. So that's why they messed up her career. And they said the Secret Service came knocking on her door a couple of days later. So you cannot threaten the president. She more or less threatened the president. Now,
but so did he.
But is it okay to threaten? It's okay to threaten a woman, a person. I mean, what's the difference?
But Gozar threatened the president too, and that video, Biden's head was in there too.
All right, well,
okay, well, they need to be knocking on his door there. So
they do.
You know, people just think they can get. Well, we're not even gonna elaborate on that. Let's.
I'm just sick of the bull.
Go ahead.
Anyway.
Yeah. All right. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Yeah, let's move on.
Okay. Let's move on. Ex-Trump advisor Steve Bannon. We going into sugar to shit.
There we are.
Steve Bannon.
Lord.
With contempt of Congress. This former White House strategist Steve Bannon was indicted Friday, which is the day, on contempt of Congress charges for refusal to comply with the subpoena from the White House. Interesting. Banner, I don't care how old he is. I don't care. He's almost 70 years old. Is charged with one contempt count involving his refusal to appear for a deposition and another involving his refusal to produce documents. Nothing new. Despite a subpoena from the House of Select Committee to investigate this January 6th attack at the U.S. Capitol. Probably they think he has a lot to do with it. Also Trump, but Trump ain't giving up jiggity jack, and Banner, he probably not either. He refused to comply with the subpoena issued by the committee. This was in September, demanding records of his communication with the Trump White House around the time of the attack that left 5 dead and more than 140 officers injured, and a whole rack of police officers that, left the force. Banner also failed to appear for a hearing. See, they don't care. Before the committee last month, the panel voted unanimously to hold Banner in contempt of Congress. But is he being fined? Contempt is what? Is he, they charging him with anything? They need to go get his ass, arrest him, because when you're being held in contempt, don't they supposed to go and arrest you?
I thought so. Or they put you in jail or something.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So it goes on to say Trump himself is also being subpoenaed for hundreds of records. Right, okay, I'll get that. On Thursday, an appeals court temporarily blocked the National Archives from turning over the documents while it considers Trump's latest motion to pause the release of the server records. Wow. The filing argues that the former president will, quote-unquote, suffer irreparable injury and the documents are released. I bet he is. Why? Because he can't run for president? Is that why? Shit.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well.
But check this out. Let me finish this. This last line says, each count of contempt of Congress carries a maximum of 30 days and a maximum of 1 year in jail, as well as a fine of $100 to $1,000. They haven't done nothing to them yet. So.
But what is that? That's not even real money. For people like that, they got money.
Yeah. That's not even no money. But
that's pocket change.
In the beginning and end, they ain't gonna do nothing, so we'll keep moving. That story just pissed me off, that's all.
Yeah. I'm putting Steve Bannon on the kiss it list. And Representative Gozar. Okay. Over to you, Poppa DD. What you got?
Okay, this next story is about John Gruden. Okay, he's suing the NFL and the commissioner, because he's pissed off, because they got rid of him as the coach of the Raiders. But gonna find out he sent a bunch of crazy ass emails, a few years back and everything. Now, John Gruden, if I do the story, let me give you a small backstory on John Gruden. All right. John Gruden, he's an up-and-coming coach that was a coach of the Los Angeles Raiders back when they were hoorah, fresh off of John Madden. John Madden is what they got that video thing called, Madden, yada, yada, yada. Mm-hmm. So John Gruden took over the Raiders a while back, years ago, and he was coaching the Raiders. Now, the Raiders was up and coming and yada, yada. But he did something to piss somebody off at the Raiders, so the Raiders got rid of him. But at the same time, the gentleman that was coaching the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they were a horrible team at one time, but the brother, real religious brother, who coached the Indianapolis Colts to a championship, the brother that does the Sunday Night Football, what's his name? Real religious brother. What's that brother's name?
Oh, the one that used to be a quarterback?
No, the one who was a coach. Anyway, he was a coach of the Indianapolis Colts. He was coaching the Manning dude, not Eli, but the other guy. I'm getting my story all messed up here. But anyway. What happened is that John Gruden was coaching the Indianapolis Colts, and then all of a sudden they fired a brother who brought the Tampa Bay Buccaneers up to standards, and he ended up getting to the Super Bowl, but then he fired the brother. I'm trying to think of his name. Real religious man. Real nice man. He's one of the analysts on the Sunday Night Football. I forget his name. The older brother on Sunday Night Football. The religious brother. The older brother. You know what? Give me 1 second. Ketel, can you help me out? Pull up NFL football. Sunday Night Football analyst, because I need to get this gentleman's name too. Yeah, I'm getting it now. I'm getting it now.
I just
give me 1 second. Sunday night.
I can't even picture who does Sunday Night Football.
Sunday Night Football. Okay.
I'm thinking the guy that coached the Dolphins, but that's not him.
No. The older brother, the older black gentleman. Real religious brother.
The coach?
Yeah, the coach.
Oh, with the ears?
Yeah.
Oh,
With
God.
the ears. Damn, that's the way to
I'm
describe
sorry,
it,
but he does have kind of pronounced ears.
Like
but I have a lot of respect.
No, not straight.
Oh, gosh.
I'll get it in 1 second.
I can't think of his name. Now I can picture his face, but I can't recall his name.
Tony Dungy.
That's him.
Okay. Tony Dungy. Black man Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy, let me get back to the story. Tony Dungy was coaching the Tampa Bay Buccaneers back in the day, and they were a horrible team. But they hired Tony Dungy and brought him around. He brought him around, and he straightened that team out. But for some reason, the ownership changed on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and they got rid of Tony Dungy. And they hired John Gruden from the Raiders and brought him over to Tampa Bay after they got rid of Tony Dungy. Now, a year later, ironically, the Raiders were playing the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in the Super Bowl. So John Gruden was he was the coach now at Tampa Bay that was playing for a team he used to coach. So he knew all their secrets and all their whatever. So they ended up playing the Super Bowl, and Tampa Bay beat the Raiders in the Super Bowl. Now, John Gruden, after that, raised the fame like he's the shit, he's the shit, he's the shit. That's where he got his fame from. That's where he got his equity, like in a house. That's where he got his equity in order to carry his name with some luggage. Now, anyway, John Gruden was just locked in. He was now the coach again of the Raiders, but he got locked in some email stuff with the Washington football team and all that stuff you just heard a couple months ago, and the Raiders got rid of him. Now, he had a $100 million contract for 10 years, and he's been there for the last 3 years. So he collected $30 million off this $100 million contract so far, but they got rid of his ass because he sent all kind of homophobic, all kind of sexist bullshit stuff to the president of the Washington football team back in the day, and they found all the emails, and it was just a mess. So the Raiders let John Gruden go. So he had been a Monday Night Football guy. People loved John Gruden. He was a shit, but he showed his ass with the email showing his racist ass. So they got rid of him. Now, after they got rid of him about 3-4 weeks ago from the Raiders, now he's suing the NFL and the commissioner for getting rid of him. So he should have just took his ass home and went to bed. He already collected $30 million from the goddamn Raiders, but now he wants to sue the NFL and the commissioner. Now, this is where the story comes in of tonight, is that John Gruden, who got fired like shit 3 weeks ago from the Raiders for sending racist-ass shit, talking about gay people, black people, fucking Jews, anybody he could talk about, he was talking about, because everybody thought he was so cool, but he was an undercover racist motherfucker. Now, all of a sudden, he didn't want to go home and just sit in his goddamn rocking chair and just spend the $30 million he sucked from the Raiders over the last 3 years on a damn contract. But he's getting up and saying, I'm going to sue the NFL. I'm going to sue these people. This white motherfucker could not let well enough alone and just go the fuck home with your racist ass and sit on your fucking love-ass couch. Okay? Now, anyway, let's go with the story. Former Los Angeles Raider coach John Gruden, who resigned last month after revelations that he had made racist, homophobic, misogynistic comments and emails. He's suing the NFL and the commissioner, Roger Goodell, okay? Through a malice of orchestrated campaigns, the NFL and the commissioner, Roger Goodell, sorted through thousands of career-threatening emails that John Gruden sent to, at that time, the president of the Washington football team, or Washington Redskins. The president, this dude, he was John Gruden's best friend. Them two racist motherfuckers were talking about everybody under the sun. They were talking about cheerleaders' titties and asses and all kind of shit. These white motherfuckers were just ignorant, sloppy, crazy, and just belligerent as hell. Okay? So, anyway, in contrast of the football team defendants, he's saying that the teammates, Gruden said that the Soviet-style characteristic assassination of his character in all the stuff that transpired between why the NFL fired him from, he claimed he resigned, but they got rid of his ass. So he's pissed off like hell. And now he's trying to sue everybody. And like I said, in reference to this whole story, it just leads to me that sometimes white men, not white folks, let's leave them alone. some white men, just can't leave well enough alone. Your white ass got caught within all your bullshit, all your undercover shit, acting like you were so precious. You took over a team that a black man put together, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They got rid of him to hire you. You won the Super Bowl, then you thought you was the shit. When the Raiders had got rid of your ass back in the day, then the Raiders rehired his ass. I mean, you know the sad part about white folks? They just get too many fucking opportunities, and it's a goddamn shame. They'll get 10 opportunities to your no opportunities, and some of them will fuck up all 10 of them, but they will still come out smelling like a fucking rose. It's crazy, but don't get me wrong. My parents raised me to be a real nice guy. At one time, oh my goodness, I was patronizing white people. I was being nice. I was forgiving. I was being all the shit that people are today. But this shit done changed my ass. Please, I don't trust a motherfucking soul today. Are you kidding me? If you don't come to me correct, I don't give a fuck about you. There ain't no disrespect. I'm talking about black, white, or indifferent. Because after a while, we have to harden our heart. You know, and this shit with John Gruden, this man was fucked up from the door. But he had to do something again for us to see how fucked up he is again. And now, instead of, like I said before, and I'm going to close on this, instead of him going to his rocking chair and sitting the hell down, no, he want to come out now and sue the NFL and Goodell. Damn, Mr. White Man, when the fuck are you going to wake up? What the hell? It's crazy. They just think that there's always a slot, like a mailman sorting mail. They think it's always a slot for them to go the fuck in. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm going to leave that alone.
Okie dokie. Well, we're going in hard tonight.
I didn't mean to run on with that.
We're going to call them like we see them. This is the Pajama Party Show, and that's what we
Woo! Lord have mercy.
Friday night. What can I say?
I'm going to tell you,
if you want to get in on it, call us tonight, 914-803-4306.
Poppa DD Jr., are you out there?
I don't know.
Have mercy.
He's out there somewhere. All right, well, what we doing? Are we going to keep it rolling? We can go hit them and quit them.
Yeah, well.
All right, let's do it. Ketel, you ready to hit them and quit them?
I guess so. You guys ready?
I'm ready. Fire it up. Fire in the hole. All right, Ketel. Hit them and quit them. You're up first.
We're talking about this defense attorney. Okay. Defense attorney and the Ahmaud Arbery murder trial wants Al Sharpton out of the courtroom. Okay. They can't handle Al.
Here we go.
Defense attorney representing one of the 3 men on trial for killing Ahmaud Arbery on a Georgia Road 2020 demanded on Thursday that Reverend Al Sharpton be removed from the courtroom, saying, quote unquote, "We don't want any more black pastors in here." Are you serious?
What gave him the power to say that?
Courthouse in Brunswick, Georgia, attorney Kevin Goh tried to argue that the civil rights activist's presence was intimidating to the jury, which is made up 11 white people, and 1 black person.
Crazy?
Oh, that's fast. Sharpton said he came to Brunswick on Wednesday to provide support for the Arbery family during this trial. He goes on to say, "My concern is not, it's one thing for the family to be present. It's another thing to ask for the lawyers to be present. But if we're going to bring high-profile members of the African-American community into the courtroom to sit with the family during the trial in the presence of the jury, I believe that's intimidating." That's what Gaul said. Really? The attorney then appeared to argue that people should not have multiple pastors, requesting that the court no longer allow black pastors to watch the trial. What? He went on to say Reverend Al Sharpton has no church in Glenn County, and there's only so many pastors they can have. These people crazy.
Yeah, they are.
He goes on to say Jesse Jackson, whoever was in here earlier this week, sitting in the victim's family, trying to influence the jury in this case. So Jesse Jackson was there. So Al Sharpton is there. So no more black pastors. So we done got to the limit now. Really? So let me see what this is. So Judge Timothy Wormsley said he believed Sharpton's presence had been fine because the Reverend had not been a disruption or distraction to the courtroom. So if the judge says okay, guess what? Y'all MF lawyers need to sit your ass down.
That was a great analogy, Ketel. You're exactly right. He's a judge, so who we listen to in there? You know?
Right.
Man, if you want to be a judge, then put in for a judge.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that's just cool. I mean, you are telling on yourself. You're saying that you are intimidated by this man, and look at this jury. You're telling on yourself. Y'all just effing your own self. It's crazy. Okay, it is what it is. Hit it and quit it. That'll piss me off now. Y'all crazy.
Exactly.
Ooh-wee.
If they're intimidated, whose fault is that?
Yeah.
You put 11 white people and one black person on the jury, and one black preacher got you all twisted.
Yeah.
But you know, to your point, Ketel. What in like I said, in classic, you know, some of those white folks' fashion, what gives this white defense attorney, who's just a player in the game, you don't run that courtroom at all.
Exactly.
You are just a person. But let me see. When you look at the courtroom, the defendant is on the left-hand side, I think, of the court. Yeah, the left-hand side.
I don't know.
And the plaintiff is
I don't
on the
hang
right.
out in there.
No, I'm just saying, that's the setup of the court. You got the judge. When the judge looks out, when he looks over to the right, he's looking at the defense, and the left is the plaintiff. Anyway, not that I know the courtroom so well. But, you know, the defense attorney is just a player in the room. I said that to make a point. He's just a player in the room. But he got the nerve to get up and say, we don't want, and they showed him talking, we don't want any more black pastors. First of all.
Who is we?
Yeah, but not only that, I believe that Al Sharpton came in there as a well-dressed black man, well-behaved black man. He said that we don't want no Jesse Jacksons or, I mean, what the fuck? Now you're showing your fear for black men. And this ain't got nothing to do with no trial, motherfucker. You just worried about black people that have rose into power that exceeds yours.
Yeah.
I mean,
but see, my thing is you have the audacity to say those things in court. You would think people would want to say those things in court, but you're giving up your white card saying these things about black people. Apparently,
and then you apologize the next day.
So.
Yeah.
He apologized the next day saying if I offended anybody. What do you mean offended? No, you didn't offend us, motherfucker. You showed us who the fuck you are.
Exactly. You just revealed yourself.
You revealed yourself.
Right.
We don't want no peace. Oh my God. He said we don't want.
It's just like when they put the monkey thing in that. What was the name of that store that did the monkey thing? The black person put the monkey on the shirt. You already did it. Now you gonna retract or you gonna apologize?
K&M, whatever that store is, that department store.
Right.
That had the little black child in some outfit with the monkey on it. People left crazy.
But my point is, I'm just saying, regardless of what it was, the point is, you put it out there, then all of a sudden you're gonna retract it or you're gonna apologize the next day. Bullshit. That's what this guy did.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's like, people noticed what we were doing. I guess we should apologize.
Well, I tell you what, when it comes to the Arbery case and the case in Kenosha, I'm just waiting for the results of those two cases, and it's just gonna be not only. I think the travesty is gonna be worse than Trayvon Martin, you know, and everything else, and it's just.
Well, they already got 500 National Guard people on standby.
Yeah, but it's no need.
Kenosha
But it's no need in fighting after a verdict. There's no need in us.
No, they're saying that we're going to have them out in case anybody want to flex.
But in case
we're going to have some folks.
But the sad part about it is that when you talk to the in case, we always end up with blood coming out of our skull.
Exactly.
So why the fuck should we?
So they're already planning for it.
If whatever happens with it, we should just go home and say, you know what, that shit is fucked up, and stop getting enraged about something we can't change, because we didn't change George Zimmerman. He's still out there, and Trayvon Martin is still dead, and there's nothing the fuck we can do.
All right.
But anyway, here's another move here with this other fake me out ass white motherfucker, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, God.
Aaron Rodgers is so full of shit. I've never seen a man so ugly who think he's so cute. I mean, man, if I was a woman, I wouldn't give him no pussy, because he's not attractive at all.
Okay.
And he think he is. And I said it to make a point, because Aaron Rodgers walking around with his little man bun in the back of his head, knees are shaved, 39 years old. He throws to this guy, one of his receivers, his main receivers. He treats him like he's the guy in the slave trade out in the field. And Aaron Rodgers is the master at the quarterback. And this guy speaks on Aaron Rodgers like he's a slave owner. And it's unbelievable. It's crazy. So some NFL teams are completely outraged over the league's punishment decision regarding Green Bay Packers quarterback Aaron Rodgers of his COVID-19 violation, saying that he violated the policy by the fact that he wasn't ever vaccinated and lied about it. He should have been wearing a mask all the time instead of acting like he was. Then he gonna sit on the little show with his little two white buddies on a little podcast, as he always goes to. He don't go to CBS. You know what I mean? You got NBC, CBS, ABC. You got who is it? Robin Roberts. You got Gayle King. You got all these people on NBC that you can go to, Aaron Rodgers, and dress up and talk to some real journalists.
Yeah.
No, you go to your little podcast white boys in the fucking basement and put on your little T-shirt that says some old Caucasian bullshit on the front of it and talk about, but why don't you go to NBC, CBS, or NBC, or go in at night and talk to Don Lemon? You ain't got the balls to do that kind of shit, okay? But anyway, they fined him $14,650. As far as him being a millionaire making $25 million a year, how much is $14,650 to a person making $23 million a year? That's about $14.65. Okay? Now, the Packers were fined $300,000 for not enforcing him to volunteer the fact he wasn't vaccinated. How much is $300,000 to the owner of the Packers, who's worth about $2 billion? That's about $300 to him. So these fines is a bunch of crap, okay? Because the one thing about people that got money is no issue. $14,000 to a millionaire? $14,000. Those jokers spend that shit on I'm not even going to get started with that. Anyway.
I don't blame them for being mad.
And so, but anyway, they just, but the team and everybody saying, we're pissed off that Rodgers got. Stop kissing Rodgers' ass, okay? And anyway, so right now he's claiming that between the people he talked to in the medical field, he refused to give the name of the people he spoke to. Well, I talked to all my medical advisors, and they recommend I don't get it. Well, what medical advisors did you talk to? Because no medical doctor out there will put his license on the line to speak on your behalf, Aaron Rodgers. So who are you BSing?
But what they fined him for, it wasn't just that he lied. They fined him for something about a party.
He went to some kind of Halloween
party or something.
Where he wasn't. He
was unmasked or something.
But $14,000. Who came up with that number? You trying to be nice, or how do you find somebody making $23 million?
I heard that was the NFL standard penalty amount.
Oh God!
For infractions of.
Like I said, if you're a millionaire, $14,000 ain't no money.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll leave it alone.
All right. Well, in other news, researchers are now able to confirm Cardi B's claim that a hoe never gets cold. They actually researched the statement that she made at some point back in 2014. She famously proclaimed that a hoe never gets cold, saying that it's cold outside, but I'm still looking like a thotty. But a hoe never gets cold. Now, that was Cardi B's statement. So researchers decided, for whatever reason, to test her claim, and they're saying that they now have confirmed it to be true in a scientific study titled When Looking Hot Means Not Feeling Cold, evidence that self-objectification inhibits feelings of being cold. And this study was published in the British Journal of Social Psychology in August. The study tested self-objectification as a mechanism responsible for the muted awareness of bodily sensation demonstrated by working girls and canonized by the quote from Quoty B about a hoe never gets cold. So one of the study's authors, Roxanne Felix, who's 25, explained that the Cardi B study, she was talking about it on TikTok, and she said that it confirms that women that are solely focused on how they look don't feel cold, even when they have a lot of skin exposed, which now explains a lot of things. I'm sure people have gone by places and you see women standing outside of a club with little outfits on or short things, a lot of arms out, all of that. And it's cold as crap. But they're out there with no coat, looking cute. And you think, I'm sure I'm not the only one that has seen them and thought, you have got to be freezing. But apparently, they're not that cold. Because according to this study, when you are that focused on, I look good, I'm looking hot, I know I'm looking good, everybody's looking at me because I'm looking good, and when you're obsessed with that, you don't really seem to feel the cold like anybody else would. And they did all this testing, and this whole thing is scientifically backed. So bottom line is, it turned out Cardi B was right. A hoe doesn't get cold when they're looking hot. There you have it. Science has proven Cardi B was right.
Really? It took all that.
It took all. Okay. Hey, they went and did the scientific study. They checked it with the working girls, and they're like, okay, you out here with next to nothing on, and it's cold, and you don't feel the cold? And they were like, nah, I'm good.
Okay.
So, I don't know. I'm not going to try it, but I'm going to put my coat on if it's cold, but that's what they say.
Okay.
A hoe never gets cold, so there you have it.
All right, hoe never gets cold. Okay.
Hey, I'm just bringing the news. I didn't create it. All right. Are we going to take a break, or are we going to hit the cocktail of the week?
Let's take a break for a minute.
All right. Let's take a break. Yeah, let's regroup from that and give y'all a minute to think about that one. And we're going to take a quick break. Oh, yeah. Take a quick break, and we're going to come back on the other side of the break with Ketel in the cocktail of the week right here on the Pajama Party Show.
I am Ketel from the original Pajama Party. If you haven't heard Pajama Party Show, you've missed out. We've got hot topics, hidden and quitted headlines, what's poppin' with Poppa DD, our weird news. I'm just saying with Redwine, living for the city with Poppa DD, my Hollywood wrap-up, of course, the cocktail of the week, and the world-famous Ketel list. And, of course, we can't forget the last word. We serve it up each week on the Pajama Party Show, and nobody does it like us. You can call us each week live on Friday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern, 914-803-4306, or listen live at www.apajamaparty.com. You can also follow us on Twitter at apajamaparty.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One here with Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling. Woo! All right. Raise your glass. It's time for Ketel and the cocktail of the week. Week. All right, Ketel, what you got for us tonight?
This is an interesting one. I think heard of this one. This one's called the Rum Swizzle Cocktail. The Rum Swizzle is a popular tropical cocktail that's more fun to mix than most drinks. All right, so we need 2 cups of crushed ice. That's different. 1 ounce or 1.5 ounces of dark rum. I prefer 1.5. It says 1 though. Also 1 ounce of light rum. 1/2 ounce of it's called falernum. I'll tell you what that is in a minute. 2 ounces of freshly squeezed orange juice. 2 ounces of pineapple juice. For you, Poppa DD. 1/2 ounce of freshly squeezed lemon juice. 3 dashes of aromatic bitters, and orange slice, pineapple wedge, and cherry for garnish. The falernum is flavors. It's a liqueur. It's flavors of ginger, lime, almond, and cloves, and also allspices. This comes from the Caribbean islands. This particular liqueur. So that's in that particular cocktail. So we're going to gather all these ingredients. We're going to fill the old-fashioned glass halfway with some crushed ice. Add the rums and the liqueur I just told you about and juices. Holding a swivel stick or a bar spoon between your palms, spin staff to churn vigorously until the glass is frosted. Okay, interesting. All right. Top with more crushed ice and add a few dashes of bitters. Garnish with an orange slice, the pineapple wedge, and the cherry. And a straw if you prefer a straw. If not, just sip and enjoy. And that is the Rum Swizzle. Interesting.
Okay. That sounds good.
It does. Sounds real cute.
I like that liqueur. That sounds really good. I would like to try that liqueur.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It sounds very earthy.
Mm-hmm. I like the combination of the light and dark rum. And then you're going to, put that particular liqueur in it. It sounds good. And different crushed ice. I'm not a crushed ice person, but I would try it.
Yeah, that liqueur sounds like it would help to bring down the sweetness of all the juices.
Right. Mm-hmm. All right.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. That's Ketel and the cocktail of the week. And that, again, is called the Rum Swizzle cocktail. Is that right, Ketel?
That's correct.
All right, the Rum Swizzle cocktail. And the cocktail of the week is brought to you by DCHomegrown.com, our parent company. All right, Poppa DD, the spotlight is on you. What's poppin'?
Oh, man. There's so much to talk about today that it's just not even, it ain't even necessary to really get hype about anything, just to know that people nowadays are being very, very defiant, I tell you, me personally, anymore, when I go out today or I ride the train or I do anything when it comes to traveling, I just don't, when it comes to white men today, man, I don't know what to trust or who to trust. I look at them, and it's been so many different shades of white males that I don't know what to trust between Charlottesville. In between, the guys marching at night, saying that something about this and that, all the right-wing marches and the different people, the storming the Capitol and all the stuff that had to do with anything that has to do with people just mad. I just trying to figure out why a lot of white men today are so mad. I come to the conclusion that a lot of them have really lost their families through divorces and everything because they took the level of agreeing with certain people and looking at certain podcasts and falling for stuff, and a lot of their wives wasn't with it, and they ran out and took the kids, and they ended up losing their house and lost their wife, and lost everything. So you're not going to tell me that a lot of right-wing groups out here aren't full of a lot of white men that got the same thing in common, which is losing the love of their life. So they're not so mad at black people. They're mad at themselves because the person they loved in their life walked out in their life. And I'm going to tell you, being a person of a certain age, I've been in life and I've been in love. And, you know, love can make you do some fucked up shit. I'll tell you, love will fuck your head up, you know. I'm going to be honest with you, boy. Love is, as they say, love is a many splendid things. But I'm going to tell you what, love in the wrong direction can turn your ass out. It can have you do some shit you never thought you'd done before.
Wow.
And, you know, chasing after someone or being involved with someone can make you be in an awkward-ass position. You know, I mean, after a certain age, I fucked around and took the valve of the pin of the valve stem and pulled that motherfucker out and listened to the shit, the air come out. You know. But, you know, making jokes about it. But there was a time in my life where I was, you know, in relationships and in love and arguments and frustration and just discontentment and all that shit can be, the impact of it can be just unbelievable. And I believe some of these people have experienced that, some of these white men, and children involved and houses involved. And then they got the whole white wing, you know, aggressiveness, and the white woman ain't dealing with that, and she walks out, and there's nothing they could do, but they turn their forces to, now they're going to be mad at black people. I'm like, wait a minute. This white woman left your ass and took the kids, took the house, took the car, left you living in your fucking van, and now you hate black people? Give me a break, motherfucker. We ain't had shit to do with what's wrong with you. So, bottom line on that. So I'm gonna wrap it up with that because, like I said, when I see white men today, especially in their full view of their podcasters and all, I don't know what the hell they are, and I don't trust none of them. So it's some scary shit. I'm gonna leave it at that.
Okay then. They blaming black folks for their trouble.
Yeah, and they mess up their own life.
That's crazy.
Now, I hate black people. No, you don't, motherfucker. You hate your wife, but you know not to go after her.
Ain't nobody tell you to believe QAnon.
QAnon and all
your wife
shit.
said, you crazy. We're out.
Yeah, we're out. And they ain't got to tell him we're out. While he was drunk laying in the bed, they packed the kids and they packed black people.
At the QAnon rally, she
Let me
packed
tell you
them up
something.
and got
Nowadays,
out.
people don't even take clothes out the house. They take their ID, their paperwork and shit they're going to need going forward, and they'll leave them clothes hanging in the closet, the clothes in the drawer, and make it look like everything is still cool.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Yeah, that'll mess with your head.
Hell
Look around and go, oh, okay, she must have gone to the store or something.
Yeah. 6 months later.
Woo, that was some shopping trip, huh? Took 6 months and still haven't come back.
So anyway, you know.
All right. Let's see, where are we? Let's take a break, and then we're gonna come back with the weird news. We got some for you tonight. We'll be back on the other side of the break. You're listening to the Pajama Party Show.
Hey, this is Redwine, just doing a few promos for the Pajama Party Adult Online Radio Talk Show. You know how we do it. PJs only. No clothes allowed. And I was just trying to get this done.
Hey, Redwine, are you talking about the Pajama Party, where we talk about hot topics, movie reviews, living for the city, and what's popping with me, Poppa DD?
I know you guys aren't doing this spot without me. Ketel with the yellow sign. Did you tell everybody that they can reach us at apajamaparty.com or call us live, 914-803-4306. Check us out on Twitter. And don't forget to tip the list. Okay, now is the time for me to sing. Oh, no, we don't have time for all that.
Oh, she could sing.
Aw.
Let's get back to the show.
Welcome back to the Pajama Party Show. I am one of your hosts, Redwine, also known as Vin Rouge, as we say in Patty. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Poppa DD.
Mm-hmm. I'm here.
guess. I grabbed the mic. Let's see. It's time for the weird news. Woo-woo! All right, Ketel, it's time to lighten it up. I'm going to pass you the mic. What is your weird news for tonight?
All right, something crazy here. A British chauffeur service offers rides in tank taxis. A British man is offering an unusual chauffeur service by charging about $1,000 to give rides to weddings and other events in his tank taxi. Merlin, put him on a kiss list, Merlin Batchelor of Norwich, England, said his tank taxi, which is actually an armed personnel carrier, a vehicle with a similar look to a tank, cost him a total of $35,000 to purchase and repair for use in his business. He said, first I had neighbors, then friends asking, then friends of friends, then people I didn't know asking me, can I take them, to mainly asking about prom. Okay. He told
oh, my God.
He said now he takes about $1,000 per job to drive people to weddings and funerals. He said the unusual chauffeur service offers pure entertainment as you drive along the street. There are so many people smiling, laughing, and pointing. Oh, my God. He said,
and this is a tank like a... I'm sorry,
yeah.
Go ahead.
He goes on to say the insurance for the vehicle is cheaper than for their family's Honda Civic. I don't believe that. The kids love going shopping in it. He also said he is currently only licensed to carry passengers for weddings and funerals, but he is hoping to get the necessary permits to branch out into driving for proms, birthday parties, and other events. So, yeah, a tank taxi.
Wow. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that would never have even crossed my mind.
It's an armored personnel carrier, a vehicle with a similar look like a tank. Okay. Oh, God.
So only tank I can envision is like an armored tank that has the nozzle that can shoot. So I guess if it's a personnel carrier, it doesn't have the gun piece on it.
I'm assuming, yeah.
It's a great big tank.
Oh, yeah. Yep, tank taxi. That's what it sounds like.
How can you just drive around in those things? Aren't they? I mean, never mind. I guess I'm overthinking.
Yeah, please stop.
I know. I'm just thinking, like, aren't they too heavy on the street? Like, can you just ride around in those things like that? Don't they destroy the streets? But maybe not. Okay. And this is where now? In Britain somewhere?
Yeah, in England. Somewhere in England.
England, okay. All righty.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
All right. Zero.
All right, I got one for you. My weird news is about a brothel that's offering free sex to people who get the COVID-19 vaccine. There's a place in Austria, not Australia, Austria. They call it, in quotes, a sauna club in Austria, is offering vouchers for 30 minutes of free sex with a sex worker to customers who get their COVID-19 vaccines on site. Okay. The place is called the Fun Palace. It's a Sex Star Sauna Club. Began the promotion starting this past Monday and said that they will continue to administer vaccines one evening a week for the rest of the month of November. And according to the Daily Beast publication, the vaccines are happening Monday nights from 4 to 10 p.m. The unorthodox vaccine program comes as COVID-19 cases are spiking in Austria, and just under 65% of the population is fully vaccinated, which is one of the lowest rates in Western Europe. So next month, Austrians will be required to show proof of 2 shots to enter restaurants, theaters, hair salons, and brothels. The club director, Christopher Lielicher, told Reuters TV that the first evening of the vaccinations went very well. He said it's actually such a great action to make such a statement, especially in our industry. And now we have a great vaccination site, and we're also very popular. I bet they are. The Fun Palace saw a 50% decrease in clientele since the pandemic started, but now customers have an extra reason to visit. You get 30 minutes with a sex worker if you get your shot on site. So there you go. Okay.
Interesting.
Fun Palace. They're having fun at the Fun Palace in Austria. Okay, Poppa DD, what's your weird news?
All right, this is some crazy crap here. This happened in Idaho. Idaho man, he caught 49 apples in his teeth in 1 minute for a world record. Now, this is one of them people like last week, chasing the Guinness World Record. This guy in Idaho, man, who broke the Guinness World Record by catching 49 apples with his teeth in 1 minute, said his attempt was surprisingly bloody. A bloody affair.
Oh.
And he ain't speaking like on a British sense. This is just straight blood. Now, his name was David Rush. He had broken more than 200 Guinness records to promote STEM education. He's just trying to get paid and not go to damn work. Anyway, it said that the apples that were kept caught in his teeth were thrown from 15 feet away. Now, these are people throwing apples at his ass. I thought he was bobbing apples in the fucking water.
Oh, my goodness.
This man is getting apples thrown in his teeth from people up in the balcony throwing apples down at him. Now.
No wonder he had blood.
Crazy. Said the apples are thrown from 15 feet away by what's his name? Frequent collaborator Jason Hammond. Anyway, Rush was being struck in the face by wayward apples. Even the small apples he was using for the record turned out to be a painful experience, as it would lead to the teeth cutting his lips and his lip and mouth bleeding.
Oh my God.
Okay, Rush said that the record involved more bleeding than the vast majority of any of his other records, but he ended up catching 49 apples in his teeth, broke the record, and now he's in the Guinness Book. Crazy shit.
Oh my God.
Crazy shit.
You know what? These people really go all in trying to get in that Guinness Book.
He's in it.
Okay, well, I'm still putting him on the kiss it list.
Catching apples in his teeth.
David Rush, you're on the kiss it list. Because that's just crazy. But anyway, all right, that wraps up the kiss it list. I'm ready to go right into, I'm just saying.
All right.
I'm going to keep it moving tonight.
Moving? All right, we got Redwine coming up with, I'm just saying, go on, do your thing.
All right, thank you, Poppa DD. Tonight, I'm just saying, only in America. That's my topic for tonight. Only in America. All right, so did you all see the last few days of that Kyle Rittenhouse trial? I did see some of it, and I saw a dude sitting up on the witness stand crying like a baby.
With no tears.
Yeah, it looked like he was trying to manufacture the tears. He's up there like a puffer fish, trying to talk, trying to make himself cry up there. I was like, oh, please.
You know that's pretty scripted, too.
Man, I was so sick of that mess. But anyway, I digress. He's up there all choked up trying to convince the jury that he totally was acting in self-defense. But this is, once again, white privilege run amok, and especially if he gets away with it. Because he's facing possible life in prison. And now they're saying that they're looking at some lesser charges that the jury might be able to consider.
Yeah, the prosecutor said
and
that.
I'm like, wait, why? Why are you even entertaining lesser charges? This man shot 3 people and murdered 2 of them. Why are you even trying to talk about any lesser? But anyway, like I said, no matter what you want to call it, what your charges, you killed 2 people, period. I'm just saying, only in America. Now, when that video was reviewed in the court, it was practically impossible to see how he ended up being the so-called victim, yet he's on the stand making himself look like he's the victim in all of this. You were the one that killed 2 people, yet somehow you're on the stand acting like you're the victim. You're the one who decided to crash a Black Lives Matter protest and allegedly protect businesses in a city that you don't know anybody, you don't live there, but yet you're trying to so-called protect people's business. So you show up with your 17-year-old ignorant behind carrying an automatic weapon. What was it, AR-15? You strapped up with an AR-15, prepared to shoot somebody, but yet you're the victim? Child, please. So, like I said, only in America can a white boy get up on a stand, cry, and do all of this showboating, and now they're talking about reducing charges? This is crazy. And now you got, not now, but even when it all first happened, there were people collecting money for him, millions of dollars, collecting money for him because they bought his story, swallowed it like smooth bourbon, bought his story hook, line, and sinker, collected millions of dollars for his defense fund, allegedly because he was standing up against the sinister Black Lives Movement. I'm just saying, only in America does this kind of bullcrap happen. Even after the police in Kenosha, Wisconsin on that night where it all went down, the police were alerted that there was an active shooter on the scene. And Kyle Rittenhouse walked right past these cops holding an AR-15 weapon in his hand, and they didn't even bother to stop him or question him. They just walked right on by him. I'm trying to understand, how does that happen? And then when he got bailed, he had to pay $2 million in bail. When he paid the bail, who's out there taking pictures with him but used to be washed-up has-been child actor Ricky Schroeder, who's another right-wing nut. He's out there talking all this stuff about how this is just not right and not fair, that Kyle's life is being ruined by all this. Excuse you? I'm just saying, only in America. All I know is that if Kyle Rittenhouse was a young black man, 17 years old, carrying an AR-15, and police had been told, active shooter, they would have shot and killed that brother on sight. It wouldn't even have been about asking any questions, none of that. They would have said, active shooter? Oh, he must be the one. Bam, bam, bam. That would have been the end of it. It would have been all about the funeral of Kyle Rittenhouse, not the trial. I'm just saying, this is only in America does this kind of stupidity go on. To say somebody is presumed innocent until proven guilty just doesn't seem to work like that for everybody in America. Too many black folks have been presumed guilty just because they were black. And then you have people that act like they don't understand the anger of black folks. Well, if you're ignorant to the plight and the pain of black folks, it's because you want to be. I'm just saying. If you choose to be ignorant to the truth, then that's why you are. It's not because you can't see it. Because if you just open your eyes, it's all right in front of you. So I'm going to end it on this. If you open your eyes, you could see. Freedom ain't free when you look like me. But when you look like Kyle Rittenhouse, probably will be. This is Redwine, and I'm just saying, only in America.
Ooh-wee. Watch out now.
I'm just saying.
All right. You said a lot,
this
too.
stuff is off the chain.
You said a lot. Ooh, wow. Watch out now.
Okay, I'm going to let it go. Because these things really get under my skin sometimes. You know, I try not to get too riled because I feel like if I can't do something about it, then I shouldn't let myself get worked up about it. But it still makes you angry. because they sit up and do this stuff time and time again. But then let somebody black be on trial for something, and they want to throw you under the jail before they even have any real information. Folks start coming out the woodwork, testifying, talking about, oh, yeah, I heard this and I saw that. It's like, where were you? But let somebody need a witness to vouch for them, and ain't nobody heard anything. Nobody saw anything. Nobody knows anything. I'm just so tired of the game. Tired of the game. All right, I'm done. Thank you so much for your time. Yes, I'm done. I'm going to have some red wine, and I'm going to calm down.
I know that's right.
Okay.
All right. That was a good
What's happening in the city? Yes, yes. Ooh, breathe. Everybody, just breathe. Okay. Poppa DD, it's time for Living for the City. What's happening in the city tonight?
I'm just listening to what you were saying, which is so interesting, you know. As I sit up here and I munch on some cucumbers with some ranch dressing, a little salt, a little vinegar. All I can do is just understand my life and understand how we as black people should really approach our life. You know, it's a world where arrogance is really acting like it's taking the lead when it's not. And the one thing I always say to black people is that we really got to stop getting so excited over stuff. When you look at the ignorance of the people that are saying, you know, it seems like everything that comes up or pops out of the news, you ever notice how Ted Cruz always got something to say about it? And he says the most ignorant thing you ever want to hear in response to what's happening at that time. He'll say the most irate stuff as he sits back in his Senate seat, not Congress seat. He's a senator, living large, okay? He has a staff and a driver and everything else, car, everything else that comes with the senator's job. And all he does is sit back and make irate comments. And because I think that the one thing that white folks always want to see is how people of color react to what they say. And that's why I keep being an advocate toward, let's stop reacting. We have to stop reacting. This ain't our first rodeo on white folks just being crazy. So why, when they say some shit, why do we, not just us as people, but the news media, oh, today Ted Cruz said blah, 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 blah. And the media wants everybody to react because everybody wants ratings, right? Yeah. Ratings. CNN wants ratings. CBS wants ratings. ABC wants ratings. NBC wants ratings. Fox wants ratings. So anything that somebody says crazy, it's always what they call breaking news. Breaking news. It's somebody that done some stupid shit who they don't care, because the one thing that I found out, and I'm going to keep this real short, the one thing the average ignorant person does, or the way they survive, is that they know that no matter what they say in the news, within 2 to 5 hours or 24 hours at the latest, there's going to be another news story that's going to trump what they did. Let me say that again. No matter what stupid or idiotic somebody does, the way the world we live in today, there's going to be another news story from 5 to 10 hours, 24 hours at the latest, to trump what they said. So most lawyers tell their ignorant white clients to just be cool, let it blow over, let the next story come in. You had the coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars. This man, when they lost, he did not fly back with the team. He used to be the coach of the Ohio State football team, college team. and he owns a bar in Columbus, Ohio, where Ohio State football plays out of. He goes back to Columbus, Ohio, and they filming him with a little young white girl riding his Johnson like you wouldn't believe. Okay, what was his name? I forget his name, but he's the coach.
Was it a lap dance?
A lap dance. Well, it wasn't a lap dance. She was just leaning up against him, humping on him. He's married and everything else.
Oh.
I ain't got time to dig up his name, but he's coach of the Jacksonville Jaguars, which is the NFL team, Jacksonville Jaguars. He didn't fly back with a team. He flew back to Ohio because he knew his little mistress was waiting on him. And she humped on his little Johnson at the bar, and somebody filmed it. And now he's being apologetic. But now, 2 weeks later, John Gruden got fired from the Raiders. So his story was trumped by John Gruden. Everybody's story gets trumped by somebody else's. So that's why they know that no matter what they get into, 24 hours later, it's going to blow over. And that's the problem with the media, not sticking to what they think is important, but what they think is going to carry their ratings. And that's why we as a public don't stand a snowball chance in hell. So we shouldn't rely on none of these media stories. I don't care if they bring somebody on as black and intellectual as Gayle King, or somebody as educated and wonderful as Don Lemon. At the end of the day, if they don't bring the ratings in, their ass will be fired. So I tell you what, this is some deep shit. I'm going to leave it at that. Some deep shit.
Okay. Everybody needs to just be cool.
Mm-hmm.
All righty. All right. Well, we're going to go over to you, Ketel, and let's get ready for the entertainment news with the Hollywood wrap-up with Ketel. Go, Poppa DD.
Ready? We going to a break, or we going straight to the Hollywood?
Oh, I'm ready.
Let's take a little break for a second. Let's take a break. Take a break for a minute and come back. All right.
All right.
All right. We will do that. We'll take a break, and then, since Ketel needs a break, we'll do that, and then we'll come back with the Hollywood wrap-up on the Pajama Party Show.
You're in tune to the late-night adult pajama party right here on Blog Talk Radio. This is a production of DC Homegrown Entertainment. To share your opinion with the Pajama Party Crew, call us on 914-803-4306 and press 1. If you'd rather just listen in, you can still call us and listen on your phone, or you can listen online by going to our website, www.apajamaparty.com, and clicking the Listen banner in the top right corner. So join the conversation and let us know what you think about tonight's topics or whatever is on your mind. Okay, who turned the lights off? Call us now, 914-803-4306. Now back to the crew and more of the Pajama Party.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. My name is Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Bonsoir, darling.
Oh.
All right. You okay, Poppa DD?
Had to clean out the Hollywood horn.
Okay.
Hollywood. Hollywood.
All right.
Clean out the Hollywood.
All right, I appreciate that.
What's happening out there?
Well, finally, talking about some black people, finally got something. Missy Elliott receives the Hollywood Walk of Fame star.
Oh!
Wow!
Yes, on Monday. She says, "This is a moment that I shall never forget." That's what she posted on Instagram. She had Sierra and Lizzo join her out there. They introduced her.
Oh, that's nice.
I know. Lizzo, she getting it in, isn't she? But Sierra, she's always stuck by her because I believe that Missy put Sierra really on the map. She, she put her out there. So finally.
Promoter, man.
She did give kudos to, like, she talked about Aaliyah, SWV, Destiny's Child, went on, but she gave kudos to the people that paved the way, like, before her, like the Queen Latifah, MC Light, and a whole lot of other ones. So I think she got that one right on that. But kudos to Missy Elliott on that. Also, Wendy Williams update. She says she's recovering pretty good, and she's just trying to hang on in there. Wendy Williams is updating her fans about her ongoing health status after not returning to her hosting duties on her daytime talk show. You know, she's had a bunch of hosts filling in for her, but it's just nothing like Wendy being there. But I think some of them are doing pretty good. You know, she had Sherry Shepherd, Leah Wimley, Michael Rappaport. He was on there the other day. I didn't think I would like him, but he wasn't too bad. And she also had Jerry Springer. I didn't see that one. Jerry Springer.
Oh, my goodness.
Look, where did they dig him from up to, right?
Exactly.
That was crazy. I didn't see that. Also, the Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. They halt the filming because the actress that played the sister, Letitia Wright, she got injured on the set. So they halted production. It says sources close to the production spoke with the Hollywood Reporter about 28-year-old was hurt in late August while the film was shooting a sequence involving a stunt rig on location in Boston. At the time, Marvel Studios said her injury would not impact the shooting schedule of the film, but they did take a break for a minute. So I hear she's supposed to be the next Black Panther, but we'll see how the storyline goes. So that's gonna be interesting to see that. Yeah. Also, you guys remember Janet Hubert? She was the first Ed Viv on the Will Smith show.
On Fresh Prince.
Right, in Fresh Prince. She reconnected with Will Smith last year after years of being estranged. Now she is continuing to receive love, which happened last night at the Brooklyn at Will Smith, an evening of stories with friends. So Hillary, Karen Parsons, she was out there also with Will Smith. And Janet Hubert, she was in the audience, so Will Smith, he acknowledged her, and they said she got about a 5 or 10 minute standing ovation. I said kudos to her. Will Smith told her to stand up, and he gave her kudos. Also, back on the scene, Tamara Hall, a daytime talk show has been renewed till 2024. She says, thank you so much for her Tam Fam on Instagram. So I think it's a pretty good talk show. About a year ago, she fired a whole staff and she just started from scratch. I'm not sure if it was a toxic relationship or what was going on there on her set, Pamela Hall. But I think the format's pretty good now. I think it's improved so far. So yeah.
That's my girl.
Yeah, I haven't really had a chance to watch it, but I'll try to catch it.
She was too sexy for NBC. Anyway, that's another story.
I mean, that's true. I mean,
yeah.
That was her reason. Look, she stopped her life on NBC. She got married. She had a baby, and now she has a talk show. Hey, bam! That's what had to happen. Also, our boy Terrence J. He was reported attempted robbery near his home in Sherman Oaks early on Wednesday. The incident happened at around 3 a.m. as two people in a vehicle pulled up to a driveway the neighborhood. 2 victims in the vehicle, then noticed another vehicle behind them. So it was an attempted robbery of Terrence J. I guess they tried to rob him of some jewelry and some other things. But, you know, they didn't end up stealing it. So, but I'm like, all these people their houses are getting broken into, or they're being robbed on the street. What the hell is going on in California? I don't know. All right, guys, just have to be safe out there. And last but not least, Maxwell to accept Legend honor at the 2021 Soul Train Awards, BET. All right, that's what's up. It's about time. You know, Maxwell, he's done a lot. He's done a lot. So this is well overdue. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I love it.
Yep. All right, and that's my Hollywood wrap.
Okay. Boy, you had a juicy one this week. Thank you so much, Ketel. I tell you, that was a good one. Brought in the juice. All right, Poppa DD, over to you. Can you explain the Kiss It list? It's time for the world-famous, notorious Kiss It list.
Kiss It list is joker that showed their butt hiney over the last week or so, a week and a half, 2 weeks. I don't care if they're in the last month. This representative Gozar, you know, like I said, he's waiting for it to blow over. So that's what people do. They wait for the next story to trump their story. For lack of a better word, I didn't mean to say Trump. Steve Bannon, you know, he's held in contempt, but everybody's afraid to arrest him because they want to sleep at night. John Gruden, instead of resigning from the Raiders after sending racist and emails, he's going to reinvent himself and start suing the NFL like he won't. What do you think? First of all, your reputation is destroyed. Now you're going to sue the NFL. Now, the NFL is the most popular entity in the world.
And powerful.
You think you're going? Well, that's because he lives in.
What does he think he's going to gain?
Well, he was on $100 million contract, and he did 3 years of, so he made $30 million. He lives in a mansion somewhere. Think he's the shit. Come on, give me a break. NFL will swallow your ass.
Put him on the Kiss It list twice.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers for just not being for real. He's another ugly man. Like I said, if he wasn't Aaron Rodgers, he wouldn't get no coochie.
Living the life of
privilege. He looks like a trailer park trash. Anyway, you want to finish
we got
stuff?
Ted Cruz.
Good boy.
Get him on there. Always sticking his nose in something that he doesn't belong and saying something ignorant.
Saying something always ignorant.
It's completely ignorant.
He's ignorant, yeah.
Who else? Merlin. Oh, that's Merlin, the tank taxi driver. I just feel like he's tearing up the streets over there in England with that tank taxi he's doing. But he's making money. I'm like, how much are you paying the city for those streets you're tearing up with that taxi? Let's see, David Rush. That's the guy that was catching apples in his teeth.
Yeah, he was.
You just crazy. So we put you on the Kiss It list.
He's in Guinness book, though.
Yeah, he did get in. Also, Kyle Rittenhouse. All that fake puffing up, crying.
Oh, God.
Trying to make people feel sympathetic for you. Boy, please.
Let me try to mock him for
Oh, he made me want to smack my TV.
He hit me with the skateboard on my head. And the guy said, well, when he hit you with the skateboard, he said, what'd you do? I shot him 4 times. You shot him 4 times with an AR-15 rifle.
Yeah. He said, well, were you trying to kill him? No, I wasn't trying to kill anybody. With an AR-15?
So what you're saying is that he brought a skateboard to a gunfight. That's what he said.
Yeah, basically. I'm so done with him.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Trump.
Yeah, boy.
He's always on the list. And House Leader Kevin McCarthy for being a spineless, do-nothing, jellyfish, waste of oxygen human being on the planet.
Young man. Trump got him under a spell. Young man. So sad.
Ketel, you have anybody else we need to add to this week's elite group of Kiss It list winners?
Roger Goodell. Goddamn.
Oh, yeah, put him on there, too, Roger Goodell, because he's dirty.
And 45. That's it.
Yeah, we got 45.
Yeah, Roger Goodell didn't want to talk about what the Redskins was going through, and now John Gruden is suing everybody. He said, I'm going to bring all this out.
Yeah. He said, y'all just clicked on me in my email.
Dan Snyder.
Oh yes.
Mm-hmm.
And his conniving wife.
And his wife.
Part of it. All right.
So the team's in his wife's name now because he knew his ass was in a sling.
Is that everybody? Yeah. All right. If that's everybody, we got a gift wrap package for everybody on this week's Kiss It list. And here it is.
My entire ass. Kiss my Irish ass. You better kiss my Irish ass. This world can kiss my ass. Kiss my ass. You can just kiss my ass. Baby, you can just kiss my ass. Oh. You can kiss my country ass. I said if you got a problem with any of that, you can kiss my natural born redneck to the bone, ever-loving country ass. That's right.
All right, welcome back to Pajama Party. One who is Poppa DD. I'm here with Ketel.
Hello.
And Redwine.
Oh, bonsoir, bonsoir. Oh, I have one late entry for the Kiss It list. Everybody who got on social media and made comments that they were going to boycott the Country Music Awards because Jennifer Hudson was going to be on there singing, all of you can kiss my ass. Yeah.
They said she wasn't country.
Yeah, they said she's not country, so I'm boycotting
Why is
the
she
CMA.
on there?
Why is she on there? She's soul and R&B and things like that. She doesn't belong on the
she's
CMA.
not. She's international. That woman will sing anything.
Exactly. I was like, what? Yeah.
She could do a fucking Pepsi
Okay,
commercial.
two seats.
They trying to bring some diversity to Nashville or to country music, but the white folks they're not accepting it. That's what the fuck is going on. Excuse my language, but that's what's going on.
Yeah. It really
come
is.
on,
it really is.
Just
And
have some
there's a
diversity.
sister that sister, I don't know her name.
And the brother too. Don't leave out that brother that sings.
Oh yeah, that light-skinned brother with the reddish hair. I think it's.
I'm talking about this brother's brown skin. There's
a light-skinned brother in country that's tearing it up.
Yeah, but there's also a brown-skinned brother that's doing well as well. I forget his name.
Well, I was talking about that
well.
sister. There's a sister who's been winning awards, and she actually did a song that had to do with her being black.
Yeah, If It Was Me, I think it's called.
Yeah. She's been doing her thing.
Mm-hmm.
I think they just...
So everybody embraces her. You know, what's her name's wife runs it all, in my opinion. Ex-wife.
Blake's ex-wife.
Blake's wife. What's her name?
Amanda. No, what's her name? Samantha? Amanda? Miranda.
Miranda.
She don't
yeah,
want
Miranda.
shit.
Miranda something. I forgot her name.
Yeah, she's very good.
Well, anyway,
Okay.
I just wanted to put
This is
those
all-
haters...
Anyway.
Put the haters on the Kiss It list.
Okay.
All right.
All
right. Well, I guess we're down to the last word.
Mm-hmm.
What's your last word tonight, Poppa D?
My last word is just be careful. I mean, take your time today. I can't emphasize enough about taking your time. When you're driving, when you're doing things, going places, when you're in the supermarket and Walmart, just be conscious of just take your time, because I'm telling you right now, when you take your time and you live your life with an open, conscious mind, ideals will come in your head. Especially, I was in the supermarket today, right? And I'm just cruising around, getting different things, grabbing things. My mind was totally open and free, and I was able to remember everything I wanted to get because I wasn't in a rush. I wasn't preoccupied. You know, a person coming down an aisle ran right into the front of my cart. I mean, like we met at a goddamn intersection. And I'm like, what the fuck is your Harry, is what I wanted to say to him. You know, he's walking around, pants hanging off his ass, looking all crazy. I'm like, bang! And I'm just walking down the center aisle of a supermarket. He comes out of nowhere and runs into the front of my cart. I was like, motherfucker, I'm not Allstate and you're not fucking Geico. Why are we hitting like this in the supermarket? It was crazy. And I'm just saying that take your time and just shop. Relax. But people just, let me go to the supermarket real quick. Let me go there real quick. Let me go here real quick. Let me go here real quick. Let me go around the circle real quick. Let me drive down this highway real quick. Let me go to the gas station real quick. Let me go here real quick. Let me do this real quick. Damn. Just be cool. All I got to say.
Okay.
I mean that sincerely. Be cool.
All right. Poppa DD said just be cool. All right. My last word tonight is I'm keeping an eye on both of these trials. Ahmaud Arbery and Kyle Rittenhouse, because I'm just starting to get to that point where, I mean, basically I am what I would consider the eternal optimist. I really do try to see the silver lining in every cloud.
Yeah.
I do. It's just my personality. But I'm getting to the point now where that silver lining is starting to crumble. And it's hard to try to find the silver lining sometimes when you're surrounded by so much reality of the way things are. You know, I want to see things the way they should be, but then you get smacked in the head with the way things are. And it's just not right. And I'm just getting really frustrated with the way things are versus the way they should be. And I think that if there's enough people who have enough power that could better balance the scale, I don't think they're ever going to really fix it, but I think they could better balance it if they wanted to. And I just feel like people aren't making enough of the effort. Those who have gotten to a certain point are comfortable, and they're not looking back. They're in their comfort place, and they're like, well, I'm cool.
And they don't want us to mess
it up. And the rest of y'all, figure it out, work it out.
They don't want us to mess it up.
And I'm like, I know you got what you got, but what about everybody else?
They don't care.
So I'm just saying, that's my last word. We can't forget those who haven't gotten to the point where we are. Because for all of us, no matter where we are, there's somebody coming behind you that would love to be where you are now.
We still
no matter where you are in life, you've gotten someplace. If you got up off the ground, then you got someplace. There are people that can't even get up off the ground. So it would be a good thing if all of us could figure out how do we at least help the person who's right behind us at least get up off the ground and get to where we were yesterday. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to preach, but I'm just saying this stuff has got to stop. This I'm out for me and nobody else, that attitude has got to stop. What's your last word, Ketel?
Y'all sure y'all finished? Y'all sound like y'all got more to say.
I'm kind of finished. Go ahead. What's your last word?
My last word is get off those damn phones. I can't stand going into a store and people just on the phones. I'm kind of piggybacking off of you, Poppa DD.
Yeah.
Get off the phone. Pay attention to what the hell you are doing. If you come into a supermarket to shop, go shop. If you, if you have an important phone call, if it comes up, you wait for a phone call, then excuse yourself and go tend to your phone call. But if you're going to go to a store, go shop. If you're going to drive. People need to slow down out. People are going crazy. These people are flying. When somebody was flying behind me, I moved the hell over, and I said, you go right ahead. Because you're not running the back of me. It's not going to happen. So, and also human kindness. Just be kind to one another. Can't we just all get along? As what that Rodney King said? Can't we just all get along?
That's what he said.
There are some kind people in this world. I had a situation I had to take care of tonight. There was a kind gentleman. He helped me, and I thank him. I'm thanking him. AAA had to come out and help me tonight, and I thank that young man. His name is Robert. I thank him.
That's beautiful.
Just human kindness. Just simple.
Right.
That's all. That's my last word.
Yeah, it's very simple.
Yeah. It's become a battlefield out here, and it shouldn't be. It really shouldn't. If we're at the point now where we look at each other as you're the enemy, you're the enemy, you're the enemy, then what are we doing? At some point, we have to realize if we're all human, we're all on the same team. Why are we acting like we're all the enemy? Anyway, all right, we're done. We're going to say goodnight, and we're going to get on out of here. Hope you all enjoyed the show. We sure did. We'll do it again next week. Same bat time, same bat place. Say goodnight, Poppa DD.
Good night, everybody.
Say goodnight, Ketel.
Good night.
And good night from the Pajama Party Crew. We'll do it again next week, and we're out. Peace.
Initiating shutdown sequence.
Is it all over, Rock?
I guess so.
I bid you farewell, arrivederci, sayonara, and all that sort of cheers.
Well, when you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, good night.
Yabiko. Sana.
I regret to announce this is the end. I'm going now.
Good night, and good luck.
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Now give me a kiss and say good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you. Goodbye now. Goodbye. Goodbye. Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you for attending our show, and good night.
Party crew, people real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy. Join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, people real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy. Join the party. Good summer party. Party crew, people real for you. No clothes allowed. It's summer party. Grown and sexy, join the party, good summer party, party crew.